Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We're in the middle of a ZEBLAZE Blitz, yes we are, which includes all these amazing new watches like the Thor 4 Plus, the brand new Thor 4 Pro, and today's review of the ZEBLAZE VIBE 4 Hybrid Watch. Let's begin. Hybrid watches are fun because they have actual analog hands and a digital background. I got a bunch of them in here, all different kinds, and we just finished the kind of end-of-year best-of review, and I wish I would have had this one in so that we could have added it to the list for comparison, but I guess it'll be for 2019, a year from now, if it's still around and we remember it, we can look at it. But there were a bunch of different ones that have the analog hands, and you might want to check that playlist out. It's the 2018 review of hybrid smartwatches. So we have a manual. Whoa, we've got some education here. Wow, look at this. We have to do this just right. Okay, before I get into that or anything else, including the manual, let's talk about this. I'd like to put that right up front for those of you who've said, I got enough, I want to buy it. Check the show notes down below, especially look at that price. Oh my goodness, this whole thing is going to be about 22 bucks, maybe cheaper if I got a coupon for you. ZEBLAZE VIBE 4 Hybrid. Fourth in the line. There have been a lot of vibes out, and yeah, they've been really interesting and all unique. Well, this is the VIBE 4 Hybrid. And here's all the specs on it. It's a ZEBLAZE product. It's running Bluetooth 4.0 or higher and tethering to your watch or phone, so it won't drain battery. It's using an app called Sports Plus. Interesting. We'll have to pull that one down and take a look at it. 50 meters of water and dust resistance. So that's like an IP68 with a 5 ATM, right? 5 atmospheres. I believe that correlates to 50 meters down. Anyway, here's all the other things that are supported, including the different notifications, vibration support. You have remote control for the camera, all those kind of things. It's a 1.24-inch sapphire glass with a 9H hardness. That means you'd need a diamond to scratch it. And I can't believe you guys still go out and put a little plastic protector on the front of it like it's going to make a difference. Anyway, I'm not a big fan of those. 610, a nice beefy battery in here, which gives you, look at that, 24 months. That's 2 years of standby time. 18 months if you use it and don't just shove it in a drawer. An energy saving mode, wow, 33 months. Wow, okay. By 33 months, you're probably ready for a replacement. We've got the band information and we've got the watch. So, all right, I'll look in the box first before we get into the details. There is nothing else in the box. It's empty, except for the manual. Let's start here because that might give us more information about what we're doing. Good, okay. Here's the specifications and then the buttonology. I don't even think that's a word, but I really like using it. That tells you what all these 4 different buttons do on the thing. Oh, it's tiny print. Can you read that? I hope I'm in a high enough resolution on capturing this. A lot of you guys have said, why don't you film in 4G? Can you imagine what the hair on my arm would look like in 4G? I got to make it look blemishless. No, really. It's huge file sizes to work with, and 720p is what we're doing, and that's generally adequate enough for a watch. It's better than the 400 pixel resolution when you get down to it, so it's covering what you need to see on the watch. Okay, some more descriptions of how to turn it on and off and how to set Bluetooth. Those are like your 2 most important things. Then you get your time and format setting and a bunch of other stuff. Okay. This is a combination, analog and digital, so you have to set them differently to make this whole thing work. Okay. Alarm settings, what it's going to look like. It's a really well thought out manual. And I wish they had these things available in PDF format. Sometimes, rarely they are. But because I don't know for sure and they're constantly changing, I'd like to give it to you on screen quickly. You can always zip through this just so you've got it. In case you are really seriously considering the watch, it's always good to check the manual to see if it's got limitations that bother you or things that surprise you. It's got a low power monitor. Here we go, the app installation for iPhone and for Android. You can scan the QR code. For Android, I will have the link in the show notes to take you right to the Play Store to download this, or you could scan that app. Okay, and then it goes into how you set up the app. So you have to do a login procedure and then bind the app to the watch. It'll show up down here when you are ready to do that. This looks familiar. I think we've done this app before. If I have, and I've got an extensive review of the app, then I'm not going to really be covering it here. We'll just route you over to the other watch that used it and all the details about how to use the app that way. That way we can kind of save some time. All right, and there they are again, the QR codes for downloading the app. Yay! All right, it says that we turn it on by pressing these two buttons, long press them both, and I don't have a charging cable for it. It's all being run on an internal battery. So we can peel this off now that we know how to turn it on, right? Wow, okay, that was thick. And press and hold. Give it a couple of seconds. Notice that the analog watch was ticking already. There we go. Hard to see, but it's coming up. Nice. We can peel this thing off. Okay. And let me clear everything up here, and then we'll run through it. Let's go over the features of the watch itself first, now that it's fired up. As you can tell, we have analog hands, and they have luminous dial to them. They'll glow in the dark, and it's easy to set that. You pull this out, and you twirl the knob. So let's move the hands to a place like there that's not going to interfere with too much of the stuff on the screen. It stops the second hand too. So when you push it in, it begins. You can actually time it and correlate it with the seconds. I got a little flashlight here as if it were ambient light outside to show you the illumination so you can kind of see a little clearer. We have time at the bottom. We have icons at the top. You see the three little dots? That's your flashes if you have notifications from your phone. This is the camera icon. If you go into the camera mode, that you can use this as a selfie switch. And there's a phone icon if you have incoming phone call. There's today's day of the week. Right where the light is right now, in that little spot is an alarm icon, which is off. Then over here, we have your step count, your calories burned, and your distance traveled for your installed pedometer. And then you have some things here, looks like calendars and alarms and stuff as well. And that's what's on the screen, and that will change as we run through the buttons. As far as the watch, it's got super hard 9-level glass, right? Sapphire glass. It's got stainless steel back and really solid case. This is the gray one. They come with blue bands or black bands and stuff. They're removable bands, of course. And as we saw before, we've got 4 buttons on here. The pressing these two is what launched the actual power to the watch. And then pressing and holding this button will flash a little Bluetooth icon. You heard a little beep possibly? There you go. Now it's in Bluetooth search mode, which lets it search for its associated app, Sports Plus, which if you launch into that app, you can get in here, and I've already had it tethered and set up, so it should just rejoin everything again. If I go into device management, there it is. And yeah, I think it's already set because it says remove binding. And then swiping brings us back here. So I don't really have anything much to report for today. I wore a little bit so far. 324 steps. You see it pulled that information in on the app. Now let's look at it here on the watch. Try to get this so you can see it. Press the lower left button. There's today's date. Whoa, it just jumped right through. Sorry, let me get back to the time. Start from the beginning. Okay, there's the time display. There's the date showing down at the bottom. There's the steps, 324, that I moved the hand so it'd be out of the way. It's in the way. There's the, you can't even see this, sorry. There. There's the calories burned, I believe, or distance, and there's the other one. I think that's the distance, 0.2, telling you across the bottom what those are. There's an alarm time. You see the alarm icon there. A stopwatch, which we should start up here and stop up here and reset down here. So much like your regular old Casio digital watches, remember? And now we're back to time. So time and date, steps, calories, distance, alarm clock turning on and off, and stopwatch. And that's what you've got on the watch itself. These other ones, you press and hold this, boy, it's going to be tough, and it'll light it up from the background. It's a very soft, luminous glow. I don't think we can capture that here on the camera. And these are just your start and stop and reset type buttons as well. Main one is this one that cycles you through all of that stuff. So that's pretty much what it does. It can receive notifications, it can track your steps, and it can talk to an app that will gather all that information for you on this chart by week, day, week, or month. And in the day mode, you're seeing when it's happening during the day as it accumulates your data. The camera will put you into that selfie mode so that you can trigger it with a button to take a picture on your phone. And that's about it. Device management was where you tethered it, but you don't have any other stuff there. Overall settings, okay, you can change your distance units to miles if you prefer instead of kilometers, and you can set your target steps that you want to walk, and something called a background setting for the app. What you'd like to see on the background are just different pictures that you can bring in. And let's set that, and then we come back. And now, when we're on the main page, well, it should have said it. Okay. Anyway, you get the drift. So that's the tethering app as well. And that's the VIBE 4 hybrid smartwatch from ZEBLAZE. And this is where you can get it, from Banggood. We appreciate Banggood really blitzing us out with all of the ZEBLAZE watches. I just love how that rolls off the tongue. ZEBLAZE Blitz. And they do have a Blitz, you know. That's the old original first waterproof Android smartwatch that we found on the market long time ago, the Blitz. All right, you've been watching Smartwatch Ticks. We're on the web at smartwatchticks.com. Check the show notes for a discount coupon, and if you order using the link below, that'll help us out and keep Banggood shipping us all these wonderful watches for review. We'll see you again soon.